Some of you have asked me in the past, what are some of the YouTube channels that I really like to watch on a daily basis, a weekly basis, or whenever it is I have a moment to watch just YouTube outside of, just doing YouTube on my own and on my own channel. So what I wanted to go ahead and do, guys, in this first segment of the show is talk about my top 5 favorite YouTube channels here in 2020. And what I'm going to go based on, guys, is somewhat of what these channels have done up to this point here in 2020 alone, because if we went all time, it would be, the list may shift somewhat, but overall, this is for this year, right here, right now in 2020, and this is going to be in no particular order, guys. So let's get into it. Let me know, guys, what your top 5 favorite YouTube channels are currently here in 2020. Let me know, like I said, in the comment section below. So with that, guys, at number 5 for me is Loco. Loco, guys, is a StarCraft, mainly a StarCraft 2 YouTuber. He's also a streamer. And this guy, in my opinion, he was really, for me at least, between, casting games. He does a really good job with casting, pro matches. He's also really good at explaining, different build orders and things of that nature within StarCraft 2. And so I think, guys, what I really enjoy watching about him, actually, more than anything, is watching some of his, games where he'll be playing live. And you get to learn a lot just by watching him. He kind of explains what he's going to do and how, and he kind of breaks it down after the matches are done and such, which I really think is somewhat something special that he's got going on his YouTube channel. And he kind of is like a Husky StarCraft, but obviously Husky stopped, doing StarCraft content a long time ago. And so with a guy like Loco, he's kind of becoming the face of the StarCraft 2 scene as a whole. So for me, guys, I really enjoy watching some of his content based around StarCraft 2. You guys know I create a lot of, and talk about StarCraft 2 content here on the YouTube channel, but I also talk about StarCraft 3 stuff. And for me, though, being someone who wants to watch some StarCraft 2 content without a doubt, and I, consistently am wanting to watch StarCraft, Loco is the guy for that. So definitely check him out if you guys haven't, but I'm sure a lot of you already have. Coming in at number 4 for me, guys, is BTSC Steelers Radio. So with that, guys, listen, I am a big time love sports, right? Absolutely love sports as a whole. The Pittsburgh Steelers are my favorite football team, and one reason why I obviously have my favorite, basketball team and my favorite hockey team, football team and such, but the reason why I watch Behind the Steel Curtain, which is what BTSC stands for, is because, see, with football, guys, the difference between football and any of these other sports is that it's technically a shorter season because of just there's one game per week. There's like so much more pressure and there's so much more put on each individual game that makes it just an exciting season. When football comes around, guys, it's really becoming America's sport as we go. And what BTSC does is they talk about everything based around the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you're a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan, they absolutely do an incredible job. They have podcasts every single day, which, with Dave Schofield and Brian Anthony Davis and Lance Williams. These guys do a really good job of breaking down, film. They break down pretty much everything that's going on based around the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's something that I really enjoy watching even during the offseason. It's crazy how they're able to create so much content based around the Steelers, even during, without it even being the, regular season, being the offseason. There's certainly news that happens, but the way that they break things down is really well done. And coming out with content consistently every single day, talking about pretty much one specific, team within the overall, overarching, league that is the NFL. I think they do an incredible job. So if you guys are big Pittsburgh Steelers fans or you're a rival team's fan of the Steelers, you may want to watch their channel just because they break down some pretty cool stuff talking about the Steelers and even the other teams within the division. And with that, guys, let's get to number 3. For me, guys, coming in at number 3 is John Campea. Now, John Campea's channel, guys, he runs a show called The John Campea Show, and I love watching his channel because his show is based specifically around pretty much movies, television, kind of somewhat of, the entertainment industry, but mainly movies is what he talks about. Now, this is a guy who came from AMC, Movie Talk, and then ended up moving over to Collider, and ended up doing Collider Movie Talk over there, and they still, I believe Collider Movie Talk actually got canceled a little while back, but John ended up leaving Collider after putting, a lot of time into that company and such, and he started his own thing, which I highly respect and such, and so now he does the John Campea Show. It's similar in structure and ways to like AMC Movie Talk or, Collider Movie Talk, but it's a lot more just kind of laid back. And it's more, there is, of course, a really good structure to it. They talk about all the latest in like movie news and such, a lot of the big movies. He does like movie reviews and things of that nature. So it's basically, I go to his channel for pretty much everything based upon like the movie industry as a whole. I talk about, things within the movie realm here on this YouTube channel. We talk mostly about gaming, but John Campea for sure is probably one of the best people in my personal opinion to go to with movie news and just movie talk in general, giving some really, general, takes on what's going on in the industry and what's happening with individual actors, actresses, and things of that nature. Then for me, guys, coming in at number 2 is the Financial Education channel. So Jeremy over at Financial Education, what this guy does, a lot of you probably have checked out his channel, some of you may not have. What he does, guys, is he's kind of does news based around the stock market, but he also talks about different stocks that he's picking or buying at that current, at different points in time. His channel really started though, and the way I found his channel was when he was talking about the best ways to, get into the stock market, stock market investing for beginners and for people just starting out. And that's kind of how I found his channel. So what he did was he built this foundation around ways in which you should be investing. And then from there, he started kind of building upon that. And he now has 2 YouTube channels. One is called just Financial Education. The second is Financial Education 2. And he does a really good job of breaking down different stocks, whether they're going up, down. He talks about all the news related to specific stocks. And he kind of gives his general, take, and a lot of times, guys, he really does a very good job at giving, his own opinions about what's happening within the stock market. And seems like, really honest about where he thinks the stock market may be going. And he is obviously one of those guys who's trying to help everyone else make money at the end of the day. And so with that, guys, I'm really big into the stock market. I love the stock market as a whole and the market system. And so he's someone I definitely like to watch. And if you're interested in making, finding out more ways to make passive income and learning about the stock market, he's a great place to at least start. And I would even continue watching him because you kind of get up to date, news based around the stock market. And then for me, guys, coming in at number 1 is none other than Hex. So Energy Hex, Optic Hex, so former Optic Hex. Hex, guys, is a, owner of Energy, and they are, of course, a, very prestigious esports organization. But Hex, guys, the reason why I absolutely love watching his content on YouTube is because for 2 reasons. Number 1, he has a podcast called the Eavesdrop Podcast, which is basically like a one-on-one. Every once in a while, he'll have a couple other people on the show with him, pretty much it's almost like an interview show where he kind of talks to individuals based around primarily Call of Duty at this point. I'm sure it's going to evolve to other places, but it's pretty much esports as a whole. It's like an esports podcast where he talks about all different types of things, asking questions to different, big time, celebrities within the esports realm, that being like Scumpy and Nadeshot and all kinds of different, big names within the esports realm. And it's a very interesting podcast because not only is it about really esports, but just business and being an entrepreneur and what all that means and how you can do it as well. And so I absolutely love hearing some of the advice that they give. It's a very chill podcast just to listen to, whether you're on your way to work or somewhere. So I really enjoy that. And then from an entertainment perspective, not only is the podcast entertaining, but his vlog that he does is very entertaining as well. Now, he doesn't upload the vlog every day, but he does a really good job, guys, because, this is a guy who's, multitasking, and he does an incredible job with that by not only running an esports organization, but then also doing a podcast, you know, setting all of those interviews and things of that nature up. And then on top of all of that, he's also doing a vlog. And so that vlog, guys, that takes, you know, that can take some time and take some energy out of you throughout the course of your day. And so it's really impressive what he's been able to do. And his vlog is very entertaining as well, because a lot of times he's got a lot of those esports personalities that are within the vlog, that are featured in the vlog. And so it's really cool seeing a behind the scenes and day of the lives of these different people that are within his inner circle. And so it's a great show that he does with his Eavesdrop podcast. Does a really great job with, you know, obviously his vlog, and I really respect his work ethic at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, guys, I respect all of these channels, the work ethic that they all have, the consistency of uploading, the high quality content that these channels are putting out there. It's really impressive, and they're all building something really special consistently. And each one of them is in different, you know, different segments, or, you know, at different points in their careers, whether they have almost 1 million subscribers. Some of them are still trying to get up to 10,000 subscribers. So that's what's a beautiful thing about these channels, and that's why I really like them. I like watching a variety of different channels, guys, from smaller channels all the way to bigger channels. That's something that I really enjoy doing. But with that, guys, let me know what in the comment section down below are your guys' favorite, you know, YouTube channels that you've been watching now in 2020 in a major way. Who are your favorites? Let me know. Like I said, and for more content like this, guys, stay here with Zero TV.